Did I miss it? Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, right there. Um. I can go there. I can go there. Okay. I can go there. I can go there. Yes, yes. I can go there. Bam, bam. Property. All right. I don't know what that. Oh, no way. Okay. How's everybody doing? Hold on. Still working on it. Everything's broken. Auto find and activate. What? There we go. My apologies. What's up, Yvonne? What up, Andy? Just a small town girl. Living in a lonely world. Hit the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. Because I just ran in from my neighbor's house and I didn't turn any of the lights on. Dark and bam. Hit the midnight train going anywhere. There you go. You feel better? All right, hold on. Let me get this fixed out here. Bang, bang. Docs, chat. Okay, let's see. Oh, me, oh my. It's freaking. I just moved about a lot. 12 yards of mulch. Cubic yards. That's like cubic zirconia. That's like cubic zirconia. All right, let me see. Where am I at? How's everybody doing? What's that like counter looking like? The vibe is all dark and scary. Okay, shit. Oh, broke it. There we go. Doing fantastic. Good, my brethren. Good. Doing good. I was going to go live at about 4 o'clock, and then I get a text saying, hey, can you help me out for about an hour? And then here it is. 3 hours later, finishing up. You made a very good video. What'd you make it about? Does it got copyrighted music in it? Does it got copyrighted music in it? Let's take a look. No copyright? All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. It's going to be looping all day. Let's see. Ooh. Let's see. It says do not touch on it. I guess it's hot. No, it's a light bulb. Loop this video until it touches. I ain't looping it. Are you crazy? Dude, make me sick. No copyright. Copyright music is the best music. See the video and stream to video. Hey, look at that. I showed up on the freaking recommended Jamalama. Awesome. What am I looking for? Oh, let me turn this off here. What are you looking for? The second video? It's a lava lamp. Yeah, you guys have lava lamps, ND? They use a light bulb on the bottom to heat a wax. And then there's usually some other liquid like oil or water, and as the wax heats up, the wax loses density. It like expands, and then so it goes to the top, and because of the shape of the bottle, it goes to the top, then it cools, and then it falls back down, and the hot blobs come up, and it just keeps, yeah.
Can you bring back some trends? Literally some tree trends. Like the lepiodendron tree. And I forgot some of them. There are groups of it. Like a lepiodendron.
The lepiodendron tree.
Like a trend, but if you look at it, it's gonna be like the worst thing ever in your life. You went to the past. Yeah, that's the meaning of it.
So I guess you had to figure out something to do with the wood grain of your floor, and you're like, let's do a lepiodendron tree. See the comment.
And also,
lepiodendron trees are exploding in the winter storm.
Are exploding from the winter storm.
There you go. I'm
storm.
familiar with lava lamps.
Barely surviving.
You are a kid. You sound like Thor himself. What up, Ben?
That I went outside, like from the second storm in NC.
Hey, I never thought I'd be talking with a floor. Actually, yes, I do.
No, and I was super shocked.
Covering the lens.
Like when I was about to go outside, I was like too much excited.
You should write your script before you record.
3 to 6 months of snow.
There you go. 9 years old.
Cool. Because that was almost my dream.
You should learn elementary school stuff.
Tree back tomorrow or next 1 week. Bye.
Floors are sometimes, yes, that's true. Floors are sometimes better listeners than humans. Thank you, Yvonne. Good work. Keep working. Keep up the work. Keep on creating. Keep on keeping on. Oh, I got some messages like that. That's funny. Good. I don't remember even speaking like a kid when I was a kid. I do. I remember having I remember my voice changing. I remember going from feeling like, hey guy, how you end, to like being like, hey ladies, what's up? What the heck in the ceiling? What's up, Scott? You missed a good stream yesterday. Andy, I don't think you were here either for Lamb. Lamb was freaking lit up yesterday. Lit up like a Christmas tree. What are you even made of, you nincompoop? That came out of my mom. Yeah, you to sound like you came out of your mama sounding like Rick Ross.
Listen, Richard. Listen, Richard. I think you understand. You got to understand about the world we're living.
That's ND.
Listen, you have to understand. You understand.
We need to do a live stream with ND whenever he's ready. Bro, as far as they know, that's spot on. As far as everyone else knows, that's spot on, except for maybe Catherine and Akvac and me. I am the nameless nomad, never knowing but always needing to know. I'm right there with you, my brother. Never knowing and always needing to know. Always know there's more to know. Can you play Blocks Do in Google and click Sandbox? No. No, I'm not doing that, Yvonne. I'm not a big blockser. It does sound impeccable. It is. Scott sounds like a pack of cigarettes. And, I'm trying to imagine. I'm guessing he would sound a lot like Lamb with a lower voice. I would imagine. Please name and write Van. What are you talking about? Can you also play Blocks Do in Google and click Sandbox Survival and go to play? Nope. Ain't gonna happen right now. I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're speaking of. Imagine Scott. I don't think we've had oh yes, I think we've heard Scott in one of his videos before. Hold on, let's go look. Chocolate, brother, listen. Chocolate is where it's at, dude. Listen, it's as long as it ain't got too much sugar in it, it's where it's at. I eat raw freaking coca. Sounds like Aquavit. Super Mario 2, I think the only game without a time limit. Yeah, wait, there's no time limit in Super Mario 2? No, what? Super Mario 2? Super Mario 2 had a time limit on. We had Scott in the Discord. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's what I was misremembering. Yeah, it's a shield now, Sir Shiraj. How you doing, brother? And they also changed. I guess it's only in YouTube Shorts. Let me see something here. Yeah, like in YouTube Shorts, it doesn't say your channel name. It says what your @ is, because my @'s I fail first, but my channel name's 110th grade. So when you're watching a short, it doesn't say 110th grade, which is odd, because I guess if your @ and your thing don't match. Different Scott, right. Scotty boy. Dude, I tell you what, I had such a. Hold on, let me make a goal. I'll be all right. It says the handle, yeah, the handle, right. Handle, which is the @ right. Right, but in videos, like here, it says 110th grade. But on a short, I mean, this is a live stream, but on a short, it says I fail first. Who is that good-looking guy? Look at that nose. Wow, this is like AI. Gameldansk. Gameldansk. That sounds familiar too. Hold on. Play that funky music, white boy. Oh yeah, that's why it sounds so familiar. He's like, I ain't what. He's like, I'm on the Gameldansk tonight, dancing with the Dansk. Oh, bitter dram. I thought it said bitter dream. Yeah, that's what tonight's all about. That's a. Oh. $40. How much is it in the UK? Really? You drink bitters like on the straight? Wow. We only used to use bitters for like the next day. Now my hand has a mud suck. Now my hand's sore. What'd you do? Dude, your hand, dude. I just shoveled, I want to say 12 cubic yards of mulch into the back of a wagon, and I couldn't get my mower tractor through to pull the wagon. We had to use it as a wheelbarrow, and then so we had to get like the first like eight barrel or wagon fulls out. So then, because the guy that delivered the mulch delivered it in the gateway, like you could open two big gates, and so you could drive a truck through, but he dumped it in the opening so you couldn't drive into the backyard. So we had to dig up a bunch out, and then we had to. Some guy tried to jump me on my way. No way! I wish him a speedy recovery. Yeah, dude, I don't mess with that stuff at all anymore. That club stuff, dude. I mean, I did the same thing. I mean, especially when I was playing music. I was in the clubs early to late because we didn't get paid till like 3 a.m. Even if we played at like 11 or 12, the bar closes at 2 in most states. And then after the bar closes, or the tavern, the venue, whatever place we were playing, they close at 2 a.m. Then they have to kick everybody out. Last call is usually at like 10 minutes to 2. And then everybody gets out by like quarter after, 2:30. They got to clean up, and then they got to count the money that came in the door, count the money that was at the bar, and we get a percentage of the bar, blah, 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 blah. But it was like 4 a.m. when everybody was leaving, they would pay everybody out. And then if we had to load up, load our equipment up onto our... Yeah, that was a rough life. Then you get it the next time you play a show, You get there at 7 a.m. to load in to play to do sound check, and then you gotta sit around and wait till 11 o'clock till it's your turn to perform. So you start drinking. Yeah, for real. First time go. Oh, for real, for real. How can you jump someone that sounds like a Rusky Terminator? And that's a good question. Maybe he wasn't speaking.
Hey, look, man. You guys, would not be a good idea for you right now to approach me. I am the Dutchinator,
The Daninator. The Daninator.
I am the Daninator.
All right, let's see. You know what I don't have going here. Let me pin this real quick while I'm at it. Copy. The Daninator. Pin. There we go. All right. Sorry. My parologies. The Rusky Terminator. Alright, where are we at here? We can go here. Go here. Go back here. Go back here. Oi. Oi. Looks like more. Dude, this stuff, wait, let's look at this real quick. This guy here, he's 3D printing a jet engine. He's got it strapped to a bathroom scale to see, I'm guessing it's a bathroom scale, to see how much force it pushes against it. Look at this. Hold on, let me make it a little bit bigger. Look at that. And that's a bathroom scale.
Together, a 3D printed rotating detonation engine.
Okay, no, it's not a bathroom scale. It's a desk scale.
To power this complex thruster, I've been doing extensive test stand work, controlling the timing and...
See, this is some kid, probably 14, 15 years old, and he's making thrusters in his spare time instead of going and getting into fights at the club. Some people are just different. What up, lamb? Bro. Poor guy didn't know Big Dog knows how to squabble. Yeah, dude. Should have asked your brother.
field production of such an engine is by no means simple, and requires special microcontroller code and a custom-designed control panel. After doing many pressure tests, control tests, and assembling everything on the test stand, I set up for what I thought would be the first hot firing of my engine.
Uh-oh.
Immediately, it was obvious that things were starting to go wrong.
Yeah, it went wrong.
After seeing electrolyte spill from the nozzle, I attempted to shut down the system, but noticed some strange hissing noises.
Uh-oh.
And current was still flowing to the electrolysis reactor.
Not a good idea. Oh, he's using electrolysis. So he's trying to break water into hydrogen and oxygen in an electrolysis reactor and then recombine them to form, to burn. SB United. Sorry, that was my bad. First free energy prototype.
Releasing a cloud.
Hey, at least he's working on something.
After multiple failed shutdown attempts, I directly yanked out the batteries, saving the system. Upon further investigation, it turned out that there was a current surge that welded the relay contacts closed, preventing it from being shut off.
That'll do it.
This is an extremely dangerous failure mode that needs to be prevented in future tests by either using larger relays or multiple redundant components in line.
All right, so he probably undersized his relays.
Unfortunately, the magnitude of the current surge is still unknown due to the current meter camera shifting. Considering how this event could have
So he's got all these microcontrollers, but he's aiming a camera at his multimeter to see how much current is used rather than recording it with his he could have put it through a 1 ohm resistor and then then just recorded it directly. Football in soccer or American game? If we were a football team, we would be we wouldn't be very good. We wouldn't be very good.
So much worse. The future development of this engine is definitely uncertain, requiring much better protocols, redundancy, and feedback, and perhaps moving away from high-power electrolysis altogether. I recently put together a
That looks pretty
rotating
freaking
detonation
cool
engine.
for the nozzle.
To power this complex thruster, I've been doing extensive test stand work.
Let's see what this
Controlling the
guy's
timing and
into.
field
Hold on, let's see what it's all about here. What does he got? That's just his left leg. No way! What?
I recently put together a 3D printed rotating detonation engine. To power this complex thruster,
I thought it was life sized. I played a lot of soccer. So did I. I was pretty good myself. Rich would have to be a goal. Rich would have to be in the goal, and he ain't saving shit. No, dude, no. Oh, we did make it full size. No way. This is using a thruster. At least he's got a helmet, but them wheels ain't for no high speed. He's using wheelbarrow wheels. He ain't even using go-kart wheels. And he's using a caster on the front. Oh, he's showing the upgrades. Okay. No, he ain't. Is he? That's pretty cool, though. So yeah, horrible at Tron. That's what it looks like. He's a light cycle. I was absolutely, no, I can't. I'm no goalie. No. Dude, you see this nose? Definitely. I don't have the aerodynamics to jump through the air sideways to stop the ball. My nose is like a sail. It would slow me down. What up, Thadio?
the second launch of my supersonic rocket called Blink.
Jeez!
Whoa!
Oh. We had a misfire in the beginning there.
Really high.
That's like ND. Yeah, I should have said lamb.
The relation.
Oh no, dude, this guy, I wish I had him as a friend. Look at this dude, that's cardboard. Dude, I grew up in the wrong place. I think Space Cow Fat should be go keeper. You're probably pretty good.
How do you fuel a rotating detonation engine? Well, in the case of my small 3D printed engine, hydrogen fuel is exceptionally well suited for remaining stable at these small scales. Even though compressed gaseous hydrogen is not available within a reasonable budget, I luckily have explored methods of producing my own hydrogen from water. However, this method comes with its own set of challenges, with the main one being that the hydrogen is mixed with oxygen,
Yes,
meaning that several
that's an oxidizer.
control methods need to be employed, and there's no means of safely storing it once it's produced. This means the electrolysis reactor needs to feed directly into the engine,
That's not a good idea.
requiring extremely high amounts of power from a battery bank to satisfy the flow requirements. To avoid requiring hundreds of
30 kilowatts.
the mixture can be diluted with up to 70% air and still remain detonable inside the engine. Even with this dilution, I still need an electrolysis reactor that can... I recently
What is this
tested
kid
a version
doing?
of the turbojet engine that was designed to be an improvement over the last working prototype.
Oh,
This new
he's using old car or diesel turbos. Damn.
Version had many exciting features such as a viewing window, a thrust vectoring nozzle, and a dual fuel system. Specifically, that window would allow me to see inside the combustion chamber during operation, which would be good for idealizing future hole patterns. After shoving the engine into a very small car, I brought it down to the test site.
Jeez. This kid ain't playing around, dude. I'm Striker. Water boy. Man, he ain't playing around. Holy crap. Oh, burning up. Oh, he's got to kill it. Yeah, to kill the power. Center nose bleeder.
After providing
Nose
some amazing
feeler.
views inside the chamber, the test sadly had to come to an end, as one of the fuel lines burst,
Yeah.
dousing the collection plate in kerosene.
He's using like beer bong hoses for freaking fuel line. And he's got no braided lines. He's got all this other
I
stuff.
recently tested a version of the turbojet engine that was
That's
designed to be...
crazy.
I recently designed a rotating detonation engine that can be 3D printed out of metal. This allows it to have complex internal geometry that would be impossible to machine otherwise.
To Nero Core and 100 years of consciousness transfer.
Oh, it is actually firing, huh? Oh, you can't see it because I'm horrible with the internet. Hey, there you go. You can probably solder something with that. I should be striker. I have asthma. There you go. I was a striker. That's what I played. I was skinny, lanky, and I could get around the field pretty good. Wow, it's purple hot. Must be titanium. Oh, he's printing titanium probably.
Something happened. A while ago, I had an idea for a new type of electric fan propulsion. This concept used the fan blades themselves as part of the motor.
He gets all in their
eliminating
business
the
and
need for
finds
any
out their
extra parts or
tactics.
coupling.
Bam.
The first version
Yeah,
was
love
then
you too,
printed
brother.
out
How
with
you doing,
stator
Harsh?
instead of iron-filled PLA to increase the magnetic
How you
coupling
doing?
of the motor. I then wound this by hand with 3 phases of magnet wire. The rotor was also Kevlar wrapped to retain the magnets.
He expects it
I
to
tried
spin
spinning
really
it up for the
fast,
first
I guess.
time.
Love
However,
is
the
a strong
magnet
word.
was too weak to produce any usable thrust. To solve this, I increased the number of windings and added stronger magnets to the rotor.
Well, you don't have it balanced very well. You don't want to stand behind that thing, dude. That 3D print's going to go to pieces and you're going to get freaking peppered. You say holy Norb? Don't put your face in front of it. Jeez, smart kids are dumb. I'm smelling it. It's your freaking PLA.
Unfortunately, this version had lots
What
of
up,
issues, including not
pancake?
being able to self-start and eventually overheating, warping the plastic.
Yeah.
Overall, this version was a good proof of concept, but it definitely needs to be improved to actually be useful.
Yeah.
A while ago,
Oh, please. Put a jet on it. Most terrifying wheel. Why are you standing behind it? I can't believe this kid's got... Syndrome is down, but talent is up.
Okay, that's scary when it goes full. That is pretty scary.
Got knee pads on. Strap a piece of old skateboard. Oh, geez. That's crazy. Panda. Most terrifying vehicle I've ever made. Man. Nice roll cage. If you consider your skeleton a roll cage. This dude's all into stuff. Jeez, dude. He's an afterburner. That's crazy. Richard, from your dad has completed his honors. This is what my dad used to do. He was a propulsion engineer. Tom the Lizard. Yeah, this is what my dad used to do. Let's see what Scott's got for us. What's up, Space Cow? No. Hey, goalie.
Graphic, Master Cracky Chan, Grand Master
Cracky
of
Chan.
Methamphetamine Fist, faces his greatest enemy, a brick wall. He channels his energy, inhales the sacred dumpster fumes and unleashes the forbidden crystal palm strike. The brick wins. Master Cracky Chan is now on the ground.
Cracky Chan, Tom the Lizard. Let's think about. My college. I didn't go to college. I went to college for a semester. Hey, what's up? No biscuit and tea this time. Where is he? He's here. He was in here earlier. Lamb, you here? Let's see. Biscuits and tea. All right. Tom the Lizard. Tom the Lizard. Yes, I recall Tom the Lizard. Good old Pixar. Cracky Chan. There he is. That's Lamb's best friend. Cracky Lamb and Cracky Chan. Life could be a dream. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. That's it. I'm sure it does have some great time. He is the lovely Lamb Lunch. He is. I love Tom the Lizard. He's helped me learn so much. Moo Cow, we're making a soccer team and you're the goal. Yeah. All you gotta do is stand there. Global Street Geographic. Streetographic. Like Global Geographic. Gotcha. Oh, no. Crack Street Boys.
On this episode of Global Streetographic, we observe a rare performance, the Crack Street Boys reuniting for their farewell tour. The lead vocalist hits notes only dogs and demons can hear. His backup dancer performs their platinum choreography, the full body malfunction.
Holy
their biggest
crap,
hit,
dude.
I Want It That Way.
I
but
love
they can't
rednecks.
remember which way that was. On this episode of Global
That's beautiful.
Streetographic, we
That's
observe
beautiful. Forget the lizard and get in goal. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are blue. Because you have big strong skeleton. I wouldn't have to be a goalkeeper because you would be missing the goal every time he took a shot. He's on our team. And fat. Yes, I like ambient. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a fan. Yeah. I did a new Shido vid tonight, but I got a copyright strike. Don't use copyrighted music. Do you think I'm the only one that's going to get him? Metallica. Let's see what else we got here. Sidewalk Surfer.
On this episode of Streetographic, we document a lone male performing an ancient ritual known as sidewalk surfing. Meet Pavement Pablo, currently shredding concrete like it owes him money.
Like it owes him money.
On a road that's been landlocked since 1987. Experts believe Pablo thinks he's in Hawaii. He's in Ohio.
Ohio.
His board is a cabinet door. On this episode of Streetographic, we witness a male tweaker who's unlocked a cheat code in the Matrix and chose shopping cart sedan. Meet Highway Harold, currently merging into traffic like his rusty Walmart buggy just got a goddamn insurance policy from Geico. Harold's doing 2 miles per hour in a 45. He just checked his worldview mirror. He doesn't have one. He just hunked with his mouth. An actual human hunk. Experts confirm
actual human honk. What do you think of these luxury brands? What do you think luxury brands are worth? Nah, dude, look.
We witness them.
It's all a scam. Listen, when you get a bunch of people, they're all like $12 to make. They're all a scam. The only reason you would use those luxury brand things is to network with other people that think luxury brand stuff is worth money. Yeah, that stuff's absolutely They're not worth. The only thing that's worth anything is the company, because everybody's buying $4 or $12 bags for $13,000. But yeah, if you want something to carry your money, get a $3 wallet. Can we still watch it, Lamb? No, then I'll get a copyright strike. You should try Apollo by Brian Eno. He made that ambient album for NASA's Apollo documentary. You should try Apollo by Brian Eno. Oh. Okay, let me copy paste that. All right, I'll check it out. I can't play it on here, unfortunately, but we'll look at it.
On this episode of Streetographic, we observe 4 wild tweakers performing what researchers call praying to the crack cocaine gods. Meet the Bent Back Boys, currently
It was
bowing to their
Gympapedia
Lord and
composition by
Savior,
Eric Satie.
crystal methamphetamine Christ. On this episode of Streetographic,
Is that on
we
fire?
document a male tweaker calmly pushing a stroller fully engulfed in flames. The subject appears to believe he's transporting an infant. He is not. Experts have dubbed him Hellfire Harold. As smoke billows
Hellfire
behind him,
Howard.
Harold gently rocks the flaming carriage and whispers what researchers believe are lullabies.
You gotta be
On this
freaking
episode-
kidding me, dude. They actually selling the brand name. Yes, that's it. Listen, all of the products come from China or India, like most other products, and then they'll go to France and they'll just put the badge on. They'll have, because by law that they has to do at least a certain percent of the total product to be like 1% to be considered made in, and they'll say stuff like assembled in France and stuff like that. Yeah, it's all fake. It's all marketing. Marketing makes the product, it gives it value. The product, it's a $13 product. It's how they market it to people. If you make a product for $12 and you put a price tag on it for $100,000 and you can get rich people to show it off on the internet, you'd be like, I want to be like a rich person. And then you'll sell your car and you buy a $12 bag for $13,000. Yeah. Yes, zombie apocalypse is definitely here. Let me see what Space Cal's got here. Hold on. In it. Oh. Life would be a dream. Life would be a dream. I better not get a copyright on this, you jerk. This is freaking Pixar. The second time you read this, the second lizard starts waving at you. Well, there you go. Good take. Lamb, if you keep going down the route as a roadman, you'll end up flipping burgers for a living. Roadman. I'm more of a sidewalk man. Highwayman. Some poor kid working in Africa for that luxury. Yeah. Sing, sing, sing. Turpin. I'm a bus man. This guy's freaking nuts, dude. What up, Alicia? Here, we found baby carriage.
Episode of Streetographic, we document a male tweaker calmly pushing a
It has been a while. How you been?
in flames.
Look
the
at this.
subject appears to believe he's transporting an infant. He is not.
Tom the Lizard says that.
Experts have dubbed him Hellfire Harold. As smoke billows behind him, Harold gently rocks the flaming
Dude, I'm wondering how this happened. I'm guessing he was hitting the pipe and it was still on fire and he tried to hide. He figured he would hide it in his baby carriage as he went between to and fro, between A and Z. And it just caught fire and he just is out of it. There's one was a ship. Which one? I've been busy. I've been all over it. I just got this is absolutely D syndrome. She's gonna give me hold on, let's see.
You have to understand, you're not a static thing. You're an exploratory process. And one of the problems is that we've been taught that we perceive the world as a collection of objects. And it's wrong.
It's a 6-minute
technically
snippet.
neurobiologically wrong You don't see
Quality
things, you see
480p.
functional utility. Your brain is a mapping tool. You have the locus coeruleus down in
The
the
locus
brain
coeruleus.
cells, right? Ancient. And it's flooding your system with norepinephrine because it's trying to tell you what matters. You don't see the floor. You see a place to
It
walk.
feels good to see
If
old
the
friends
floor
like
suddenly
NDB and
vanished,
Space Cowboy.
then
Yeah, brother,
you'd see
we've been
it.
doing
You'd see
good.
it
I'm
as
at like
a
I'm almost
floor.
I think it's like
But until it's
1800, almost
great,
1900. I
it's just a
think. Let me see.
transparent utility.
We've been doing really
If
well.
your aim is low, if you're just trying to
I got contacted by a brand today.
Your brain filters out everything that isn't safety. And that's a disaster. It's a physiological disaster because your neurochemistry shifts from
I now have
exploratory
Brand
early to the thing
Connect
that makes you thrive
on
to
my
defensive
YouTube.
anxiety. You're in a crouch, man. You're literally physically constricted.
Things are going to be
And
going
that's where
good, it looks
parasites
like.
get.
I used to
That's
watch
the
him
danger
till
of
him
especially
definitely
modern
fall. I
times.
used to watch
Well,
him and feel tough,
if you aren't
and how he
building your
fell
own
off.
map, you'll download one. You'll grab some rigid, totalizing ideology because it's convenient. It gives you a lexicon, a set of simplified.
Yeah, it's going good. Jesus Christ is King. One day closer to the rapture. How you doing, Brad, brother?
You've solved the mystery of the universe without ever having to leave.
Don't play.
It's a shortcut. It quicks the hippocampus, the part of your brain that compares reality to expectation by lying to it. It tells you there is no unknown. We've identified the villains. We've identified the victims. And now you don't have to think. It's a psychoanalytical catastrophe because you're trading your soul for a script. You're becoming a puppet for a dead idea. I'm not saying this from a position of superiority. I lived this right here in 1994. I was an assistant professor in this very institution. I was a nobody. I had a tiny office and a salary that was, well, frankly, it was pathetic.
I don't know. It's a neo-Marxism Harvard lecture that Alicia wants us to watch.
Metric, I should have been doing the bare minimum. I should have been playing the game. I could have adopted the fashionable lexicon of the day, and I could have played the academic politics. It would have been safe, but I was possessed by this need to conduct a deep psychoanalytical investigation into why we do evil. Like, I was
Why we do evil? AI slap. What's up with the Japanese? His words aren't even thinking this. It's definitely AI, yeah.
Mythology. I was overteaching. I was giving these 3-hour lectures that weren't on the syllabus. And the
It's on the
administration,
syllabus.
they thought I was out of my mind. And in some sense, I was. But I was discovering that when you align your speech with the logos, when you refuse to say things that make you weak.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on, Alicia. Going to the atheist live stream is painful. They are so closed off and won't respond to scripture. Like, yeah. It's I think a big problem we have in education is people think when they get their degree, they're done learning, and they don't understand that should be the beginning to their learning. But people, like, I think after high school and college, people are like, oh, I'm so done with school, I'm ready to party. So they just keep all the knowledge that they've had and consider that done. Like, that's it. The part of learning in life is over. Yeah, it's Jordan Peterson. All right, let's see what we got. Let's look at lambs and NDs. We'll get, this is lamb. Every day is a school day. ND.
What is going on here? Breakfast! What is going on here?
Breakfast?
Breakfast!
Frickin' you guys are nuttier than squirrel turds. ND lamb, okay. Dun, 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 dun. What is that I see there? Oh, sir. Am I drunk again? Did someone shitto on my carpet? Yes. Someone shittoed on my carpet. No, the world is collapsing around me. Shitto mild. For men. Chili sauce with shrimp. I love it. Every day it's a school day. Seeds, do better, seeds. Don't label yourself to something. Always be right. That's the thing about science. When you know that people don't know what they're talking about, when they have things that they can't prove and they take it off of the table completely. That's anti-scientific. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. I asked him to go into a room alone and pray, and asked him for help believing he wants to help and everyone would be saved. They humbled themselves and asked for help. I'm sure they would help him. They think that they know more than everybody, and that's the problem, because they stopped learning at a point in life. And stopped learning at a point in life, and that's the only data they have. And most people don't look up to ever see if they're wrong. Like, there's new data for atheists and for theists and deists every day. There's new data for and against every day. Hold on, what am I looking at here? What did I just miss? Oh, jeez.
Get it how you live it. 10 toes
Jeez,
in.
Scott! Why are you trying to get me fired already? Oh, yeah, that was a bad idea. Oh, he just hit he had a big capacitor behind him made out of chicken wire, and then he was using the static from that to move the foil, and then it shorted out to his seat. Can you get a copyright if you play? It depends. So if the classical music was bought by a company, they'll still try to get money from it. It's crazy. It's 95 years past the death of the copyright holder. In the world, there's actually two types of bullshit. One is veganism, the other is atheism. None of the other makes sense. Lord died for our sins. So, right, and I don't understand. I mean, I understand. What up, Bill Nye? What up, nice guy? Hey, we'll get a lot of them back after the rapture. They wake up, lost the gun. But people don't want to ever even consider it a possibility. I think sometimes people do a lot of really bad stuff, especially like just straight up lying. And when they're teachers and they're telling people stuff that's not true, it's true to an axiom or true, like, and then they're like, well, it's gotta be true. So they get all into their self. He had a capacitor behind him. He was using a piece of chicken wire with high voltage on it. So the static, like a Van de Graaff, the static, not a capacitor, is basically an antenna, was making his hair stick up. So he was using the static that was coming off his arm to move the aluminum foil around. But the roll of aluminum foil hit the ground, ground it out, hit him in the butt. He's better with the music. It's that good. Russell Brand has let himself go. God. Marilyn Manson. Yeah, he's turned to Christ too. I made my copper tongue cleaner green by passing electricity through it and dipping it in glass. Yeah. You can absolutely, you can patina it. That's a great thing to do. That it keeps it from corroding it on purpose rather than that's why the Statue of Liberty is copper, but it looks green because it's patinaed. So they pump salt water all over it so that it puts that protective patina on it so the copper won't rot away on its own. What's going on, Martian? What's up, my brethren? Kelp. Why is cow milk so delicious? Because it's so freaking good for you. What up, Riggy? You didn't answer my comment. In this, that one, in the world, there are actually two types of bullshit. One is veganism, other is atheism. None of them either make sense. Lord died for our sins, that's true. So evil exists, and one of the worst things you can do for your body is be a vegan. You especially today, you cannot, your body, your mind, you can't get, there's certain vitamins you cannot get from vegetation. It's absolutely sick that people would try to push veganism on other people. When they say, don't eat cows, cows are so nice, but bulls will kill you. Bulls will gore you and drag your guts across the place. So it's good when you just watch them and they're all happy and everything, but when they're hungry, they'll eat you. And I think if people understood that more, like people that live on farms understand that animals can absolutely be violent. You feed them so they're nice, you treat them like pets. But a wild boar, they'll kill you, no problem. You won't even think twice about it. Idiot. Pull the other one. You're an idiot. Saget Postion. Richard, I look up Peace by Bill Evans. Statute of Limits. The Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty is made out of copper. Statue of Liberty copper construction. The Statue of Liberty's exterior is composed of 31 tons of copper, just 3/32 of an inch thick, the thickness of 2 pennies, constructed using the repoussé technique. 300 individual copper pieces were hand hammered into wooden forms and riveted together. It's French. I know it's French. I know it is. Bumbaclad. Why would you try goat milk diluted with cow milk? Yeah, why not? I thought the Statue of Liberty was made of hopes and dreams. It's made of that too. They got rid of the penny. I think they would just get rid of the nickels and dimes too and just round it up. The Statute of Limitations. I think you may have some issues, ND, and I don't mean magazines. All right, what do I just miss here? Scott, you're beginning to make me angry. All right, somebody's posted something too, I think. What was it? What was it? Look up what was it? Space Cow fancies you. All right, let's see. What was it? Look up who? Look up Peace by Bill Evans. Is it art or is it? Oh, it's a song. Provided to it's Universal Music Group, so it's copyrighted. But I'll look it up. I'll put it on my to watch list. To watch. 1958. Yeah. Statute of Unity. Oh, Andy, you want to squabble lamb? I met him in a club, bottle full of bub. Like what you need if you need to feel the buzz. The Statute of Limitations. I can't wait for Valentine's Day to be over. I want a Shamrock Shake from McDonald's. That's when it's coming out. And I bet you they'll come. I wonder if the McRib's going to make a comeback. McRib comeback. Yeah, we did. Oh, okay. They did it last year, too. It wasn't supposed to be. Yeah, they do it all the time. They keep doing the same thing. The farewell tour in 2022. They do it like every few years. ND. Somebody pat him on his head. He's going to go to bed. Let's see. Where are we? Oops. I broke it. Let's see here. I don't want to squabble, but I will if I have to. They call me the Statue of Liberty. It's French. Like the dressing. So we had dude, yeah, no, I've eaten a lot of them. I used to really, really like the McRib. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let's see what spring looks like on Jupiter and Mars. Fly me to the moon. I don't know why you guys make me do this stuff. Sing it, baby. He'll cry if he wants to. Cry if he wants to. Yeah, Frank Sinatra is absolutely great. Look up how they make McRibs. It'll make you vegan. Yeah, dude, that's just crazy. Yeah, all that stuff's crazy. I don't eat any of it anymore. No, none of it at all. None of it at all. I get my eggs come out of my backyard during the growing season. Everything I cook, I get a year's worth of garlic, year's worth of onions, sweet potatoes, squashes, peppers, tomatoes, all out of my, and I make my soil. The scraps from those go back into the compost, and the ones that don't make it go into the compost. The chickens go through the compost. The chickens make compost. Bobby V and Mac the Knife. That was a good one too. Thank you. Lovely crooning. I can croon for you, baby blue. I'll croon for you. Hey, you ever thought of becoming a priest or a father? Yeah, I thought about it. I don't have the wherewithal. I don't have the patience. I'd be like, shut up. They'd be like, sir. Right. I eat beef because cows are vegetarian. Paternoster. Mac the Knife is a vicious pimp. Yes, he is. He is. Mac the Knife, pimp. Where's he at? Bam, here we go. Hold on. Bam, baby. Mac the Knife. The 3 Penny Opera. Yeah, that's a good one. The lyrics, covered by Frank Sinatra and Louis Armstrong, often mention acting as a pimp with phrases like Mac Heath spends just like a pimp, babe. The knife was clueless. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. I gotta move my camera over here. So I keep looking at my freaking wackadoodle. I've been saying that for like a year now, though. Fly me to the moon. We'll see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Whack a frickin' doodle, baby. Whack a frickin' doodle. We'll figure this planet out eventually. I don't even know what that is. That's something weird. Wham, bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Fly me to the moon. Church attendees. Father, I have done many wrong things in life. Father Richard, shut up, you piece of... Now sit down and pray. We'll pull out the sword on these guys. Dummy load. Oops.
From radio, audio, video. Want to see something cool? A common problem with all manner of electronic amplifiers from radio, audio, video, disco is that they're like a pass-around power bottom. They desperately require a proper load. But sometimes you're testing and don't want a real antenna or speakers or whatnot actually hooked up. That's when you use this fucking thing. This is a dummy load.
Looks more like a funky tune.
This one's for radio.
Why is my workplace extremely overstaffed in management but always understaffed on people actually doing the work? I don't know what industry you work in, but usually there's a big reason for that. Usually there's a huge reason for that. And the reason for it is because people have done people favors to move up in industry, and it's a lot of times it can be people kissing people they shouldn't be kissing, and then so they get moved up and they can't get fired because blackmail, and that happens a lot. And you can see a lot of the stuff that's coming out here in the Epstein files. You've got people that were like, just because they were previous lovers that got caught doing this, they were like, you'll no longer be around me, but I'll give you you've got to quit Microsoft, but you can be CEO of this other side company right here or whatever, and they just stick people in and give them forever pay, and they're not even very good. Why women live longer than men? Because we do stupid stuff.
Oh, it's like a fake antenna. Your transmitter can blast 50 watts into this for an hour, and all you're doing is heating the room. The transmitter thinks it's an antenna, so it's happy, but inside, it's just a resistor. If you fly your quad and don't hook up the FPV antenna, or peel it off bashing a bando, you can nuke the little transmitter because there's no load. If you hook up your stereo and don't have the speakers connected, you can fry the amp because there's no load. This is so common that modern ones come with a protection circuit for it, but not all of them. It doesn't need much. Your radio only wants 50 ohms. Your stereo speakers are usually only 8. Lots of amps will source into a 4 ohm load, which is really just a dead short with a little bit of stank on it. Some go down to like 1.
So what... the easiest thing I do is pre-plan for it and have a plan. Always have a plan. Some workout, run, whatever, anything like that. I always, if people start to flirt with me or whatever, and I know I'm not even on the market for the next 3 years, I completely, I have something else I want to do to put my time into. You can't sit there and dwell and be like, oh, you smell so nice. No. Just you have to have a plan. Make a plan tomorrow to say every time I feel like I want to X, Y, and Z, I'm going to do something else, something that will progress my life, something that will make my life better, my family's life better, whatever. Absolutely, you have to pre-plan for it. The same thing when you sit there and like, if I get into a fight, I'm going to do this and then this, and then you pre-plan for confrontation. Consider it confrontation. Consider it unwanted confrontation. That's I don't deal with nobody I don't want to deal with, and even if they try to sweet talk you. Or ask people for help like you just did. Absolutely. Hello, watch my video.
Right. Who are you? How'd you get in here? I'm a locksmith. And I'm a locksmith. Right. Who are you? How'd you get in here? I'm a locksmith. And I'm a locksmith.
Who are you and how'd you get in here? I'm a locksmith. And I'm a locksmith. Dun 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 dun. Schizophrenia Simulator. That's exactly what we're watching. The Schizophrenia Simulator. Listen, everything in life is the same way. You have anything that you know you're going to possibly have to overcome, plan for it, and have a plan. Have an A and a B. Every time I try to avoid it, it becomes more and more powerful. Lust for me is like the affection towards others. Brother, if you're not religious, meditate on it. If you are, pray on it. You've got to come up with a plan. You've got to. If you know, like the next, like when someone tells you 3 o'clock tomorrow, me and you, I'm gonna beat your butt. What are you going to do? You're going to plan what you're going to do, how you're going to either get out of the fight or how you're going to win the fight. You got to plan for it. You know it's a problem. Same thing. If I don't want to smoke cigarettes, what do? Well, whenever I want to smoke, I'll chew a piece of gum or I'll call my best friend that'll yell at me for smoking or whatever. You come up with a plan. And if you fail, you try at it again. And if you say I'm going to beat this guy up, I'm going to do this, and this, and then it doesn't work and he beats your ass, get back, then you set your plan up next time. Maybe I'll try something different, but you've got to work at it. You've got to know the only way to overcome weakness. If you consider that a weakness, you've got to plan for what your plan of attack is going to be on it. Yeah, cold shower, and always have plan B. Dun, 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 dun. What up, cat? Plan B. Who are you? How'd you get in here? I'm a locksmith.
Right. Who are you? How'd you get in here? I'm a locksmith. And I'm a locksmith.
Hey, brother. I can help out however I can. It's not even an issue for me. I stay busy. When I wake up in the morning, I've got stuff to do. Like from the time I open my eyes to the time I go to bed, I stream until I'm exhausted and I'm ready to fall asleep. I turn it off and I take a clean up and go to bed. But yeah. So and I don't deal with anything. I don't entertain anybody. If anybody just wants to flirt around for a little while or anything, I don't entertain it. I don't deal with it because I got stuff I got to do. And a lot of people are out there against you. I told people yesterday. I get all these people asking me, and they don't have pictures on their profile, and they ask me for my Snapchat, and they tell me how much they really like me, and how I'm such a blah 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 blah, and say blah blah blah. My nose is so freaking awesome, and they want pictures of me, this and that, and I'm like, no, not gonna happen. And I say the same thing. I say not for you, not for anybody else. No, I'm off the market until I'm looking for a wife. I ain't looking to freaking hug anybody, kiss anybody, anything else, anybody. It's not part of my plans. And then you get people that be like, you get no girl. I'm cool, dude. What you go get them for me. You take care of all that. Okay, I'll catch up to you later. Yeah, people like, I remember people in high school and stuff like that be like, I gotta lose my virginity before senior year. So I was like, well, cool. Go for it, my friend. Do it. You deal with it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even, and then like, I mean, I've had plenty of time throughout life. I've had girls that I've liked. I've had girls that I've spent many a night with, and life doesn't start taking off until all the time you waste chasing tail that doesn't want to help you in life, or like it's not beneficial for creating something that you want to create or working with you. Just a date for the date. Like dating app stuff. No. That's completely, I'm not spending no money on nobody. I'm not doing that. No. I got things for my money places for my money to go. Absolutely. Everything's planned for, and there's $0 for dating. It's really hard when nobody gives a F for you. Nobody has time to think about you. Just focus on you. Right. You have to focus on you 100%, 100%. You've got to stop thinking about the now. You've got to start thinking about a year from now and what you want to have done in a year. And then every decision that comes your way, you try your best to say, is it going to get me closer to that goal, or is it going to take me farther from that goal? And then you, like, after a few months of this, or a year of failing and losing and then moving that goalpost, you'll get to the point where it's just automatic, where people are like, hey, are you dating? No, I'm not dating. Sorry, I'm not dating anybody. Maybe in about 3 years, but not right now. Done. And it just goes out and it's done. But you have something else you want to talk about? If not, you have a nice day. And when you stop thinking that it's something that you're missing, like maybe I'm ugly, maybe no, it ain't none of that. It's nothing like that. You have to realize that you're a vehicle to the future, and if nobody's at the driver's seat, no one wants to get in the car with you. That's what it is. People want a future from people. So you want to, once you're on the way to the future, you'll have all kinds of people being like, hey, can I jump on with you? And then you're the one to be like, no. And that's the position you want to be in. Right. Confidence is very attractive. Absolutely. Hello, the Swiss eating Chinese guy. What's going on? Helvetic. What's going on, my brethren? Yeah. But, and if you fail, you fail. Then and sometimes you've got to waste a lot of time and a lot of money. But if you say, I want to have $5,000 in the bank by this Friday, freaking whatever it is, February 13th by next year, and then you end up going on a date and it costs you $200 and you're like, oh, now I only got $17 in the bank. You'll realize, wow, and you're not talking to that person anymore, and it was a complete waste of time and a waste of everything, and heartbreak, and then the depression that comes with heartbreak, and then you don't want to get out of bed and you don't want to do things. It slows your growth, and when you see it slowing your growth, you'll realize, okay. And then you'll stop wanting it. Like when the problem is when it's in your mind, it stays there like a cancer. But when you push it out, like when you fill your mind with other things that need to get done, holy cheese. It's open topic, but right now we're talking about how not to fall into lust, or how not to fumble with it, basically. That's all it is. That's all it is. You're just it's like the dating apps and stuff like that. They're not marriage apps, and I have no interest in things that aren't going to move my process forward at all. What's on the menu? Space cow burgers and nut milk. Just keep it light. Yeah, I don't deal with anything. I don't deal with the crap. I don't deal with men or women that want to waste my time in life, be it professionally or romantically. Not at all. Not at all. If people start to, they're just gone. And it's the same way I deal with, like, if people absolutely want nothing to do, they don't want to help the community move forward, they don't want to do anything, but then they're just gone. And somebody will replace them. I just saw Chevy Chase documentary. He's a freaking He is definitely a jerk. Absolutely. And he's so freaking talented. Don't sweat the small stuff. Yeah, listen. The only way you can compare how the magnitude of things is if you see what the detriment to your progress is. But you have to set a goal for yourself, and then you'll see, oh man, I wanted this new car by next year, and I went on 12 dates and spent $800 or whatever it is, and you'll just see, okay, that's stupid, and then you'll realize that those feelings and those thoughts that pull you off your path. That's just got to be background noise. How'd you feel about it, brother? How'd you like it go? You probably already finished the game already, didn't you? I actually now have 0. Yeah, right, yeah. And that happens. I don't know how old you are, Harsh, but I screwed up a lot in my 20s and early 30s, and then after about 35, I was just like, well, and also I didn't know what I wanted to do with life. It wasn't, so I don't think it has anything to do with age. If I would have slowed down in life and been like, this is what I want to do, but I'm thinking, I'm a free spirit, I'm a freaking musician, I'm an artist. But yeah, no. I like garlic flavored ice cream. Do I deserve jail? Yeah, probably. Oh, dude, hold on. What? Garlic flavored ice cream. Oh, God, it does exist. Oh, there's no way. Look how horrible it looks. Man, that looks pretty good, though. Oh, it's got to stink so bad. The cure for all evil, it says. It says the cure for all evil, garlic ice cream. Do I deserve jail? Happy. You deserve more than jail, my guy. Definitely. Oh, man. Dude. Oh, what is that? Is that hot sauce? Oh, no, honey. It looks like pepper. It looks like hot honey pepper. Look at her. She's freaking like, where did I steer wrong in my life? Dracula the premium ice cream. Oh man, that looks so rough. Oh jeez. Oh, it's got roasted garlic on it. Hold on, where's it? Let me see here. Look at this. Look at that. That's roasted garlic. Oh, jeez. No, correct, dude. Forgot to say hi. Sorry, but it's literally awesome. So easy. Do it right. Everything. Every excuse you had to not make the game you want to make is now gone. Not money, nothing, not processing power. How fast did it boot up? Some places serve it warm as well. What up, Honey B? Oh, jeez. Yeah, absolutely. And it boots up in like 10 seconds or less. I mean, my computer, but I mean, yeah, and it doesn't bog everything down. And when you try to do volumetric clouds, when you try to do terrain, all that, you can pull in the plugins and what that you need to do. Everything you want to do. Roads, you can just draw the roads and it'll have dotted lines and it'll make the curves for you, and hills. Do you recall how to wave like the Tom the Lizard? What's wrong with you guys? Pineapple on pizza and garlic ice cream. What's next? Spaghetti Alfredo. Yes, that exists. Oh, God, it's freaking choking me up thinking about it. Linguine. Spaghetti Alfredo with chocolate sauce. In 100 years, none of this will be remembered anyway. Pineapple on pizza is a quick way to get you mad. Yeah. This is why you're not so happy, doctor. If I had to eat garlic ice cream, I timed it 3 minutes 27 seconds. But yet again, I have a worn out hard drive and I haven't seen that. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right, it's only 75 megabyte download. You know, right? Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, but still, with a slow hard drive, you'll still get a lot more performance because a lot more of the work will be done in memory because the engine is so much smaller. Peanut butter and pickle. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Oh, man. Peanut butter and pickle sandwiches. Oh, God, it looks so bad. Oh, look at this one. Look at that. It looks like it's talking to you. They didn't even make the bread right. Oh, jeez. Oh, just look. Oh, it's got honey on it. Yeah, I'm all about the Hawaiian pizza too. I like it. That's about what I get every single time is Hawaiian pizza. I mean, if I don't get cheese pizza, I mean, if somebody orders pepperoni or whatever, yeah, it's good. I like it, fine. But if I order pizza for myself, it's usually half Hawaiian, half cheese. That's what I like. I mean, like I like plenty of other styles of pizza. I like onion, green pepper. I like onion and mushroom. But yeah, if I'm like, it's just me. Yeah, boy. Yeah. We're dude. Hold on. Where's it at? Hold on. Okay, hold on. I got the screen jackalated. Look at that, dude. Just wrap it up like a hot dog. What up, Sack? Not joking. I also enjoy spicy mango juice. Spicy mango juice. So I remember a lot of people. I would go to the international areas, and they would have mangoes and sprinkle paprika and stuff on them. Absolutely. And I never heard about the juice. Spicy mango juice. Oh, jeez, that looks like it's rimmed like a margarita. Peanut butter and ketchup and pickles. Peanut butter and ketchup pickles. Oh, and pickles. What's up, James? Have y'all tried ketchup on scrambled eggs? Yeah. I like ketchup on scrambled eggs. Not a lot, but yeah, I like ketchup on scrambled eggs. This is spicy mango juice. Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, what were we looking at? Peanut butter and ketchup pickles. Peanut butter and ketchup and pickles. So peanut butter and pickle sandwich with ketchup? Peanut butter and pickle with ketchup sandwich. Oh, God, dude, what did you do to my life? Oh, no way. Oh, dude, even that looks completely whack. Oh, they all look on a styrofoam plate. Oh, jeez, what's going on, Sack brother? Yeah, you're looking at you're looking at I guess what they feed you in hell. Oh man. Oh, there's your potato chips right there. Oh no, here you go. Hold on. There you go. That's with them on the sandwich. Jeez, look at this big old freaking dollop of ketchup on there. Yes, I remember you, of course. I went to Chipotle for the first time. I'd rather have food from the taco truck. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Chipotle. So many of my compadres were big fans of it, and I mean it's a lot of food. It used to be a lot of food for a little money, but yeah, never a big fan. Yeah, taco truck's definitely where it's at. Peanut butter and cucumber. So that's just like a freaking, you don't have enough time to pickle your cucumbers. Do you recall the last encounter with the Lord. Me? Yes, I absolutely do. Let's see here. Let's see. Peanut butter and cucumber sandwich. See, that looks a little more refreshing than pickle. Do you want to check something? Well, sure. What do you want to look at? It's open topic. Like that actually looks like it would be refreshing. I like this big old chunky peanut butter. I once saw a video of a guy eating a bowl of hot Cheetos and milk and swears it's good. He was lying to you. Apparently, we all have weird, dirty food secrets. We all definitely do. Do you recall the last illegal alien that came here to learn English and then went back home? Do I recall the last illegal alien that came here to learn English? No. Oh, E.T. Oh, and went back home. Dun, dun, dun. The extra testicle. These are just cucumber sandwiches here. They got ketchup on them over here too. You guys are crazy. Yeah, no, there's that dude. Yeah, I can't think off the top of my. Besides, I mean, but I don't consider pineapple pizza or Hawaiian pizza, pineapple ham and pineapple pizza to be a weird thing. I'm trying to think of something that I like. It would be like a dirty secret of mine. Like, cause I eat so much plain stuff. I mean, I like chocolate freaking ice cream. I like brownies with no nuts, no freaking. I like chocolate chip cookies with no raisins or anything like that. Oh, what's the most advanced dish you can make? Me? I mean, I can do stir fry stuff like that. I mean, advanced. I make lasagna. Chili, a lot of chili, but advanced. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't play around. I eat for nourishment. I don't date and stuff like that. So it's not. I don't like bake or cook to impress. I mean, I can follow a recipe, but none really. I'm really boring when it comes to my food stuffs. Egg foo young. I mean, and there's other Chinese type Chinese American foods. My skill, scrambled eggs, dude. I can make the best scrambled eggs, absolutely, 100%. Right out the chicken, into the pan, scrambled with water, hot pan, a lot of fat, tallow. They'll fluff up to like twice their size. 2 eggs turns into like 4 eggs worth of meal. Dude, and they're not browned at all, just right past medium. Freaking good. I can make crepes. Yeah, they're good. And they're good all the time. They're good all the time. And I tell you what, if you have bread, and I make bread, I bake bread. So when the bread starts to get stale, French toast. So you take 1 egg, and then my loaves are like half the height of normal loaves, so like 3 slices or so, pretty decent thick. 1 egg, milk, and cinnamon, and then whip that up like you're making scrambled eggs. Then you soak the bread in that till it sops it up. A little bit of butter in the pan, cook till it browns. Flip, cook till it browns. Freaking syrup. Good stuff. Are your chickens for eggs? Right? Yeah. No, they're hens. They're called eggers. They don't get big old thighs and breasts. They're egg laying. They're eggers. So no roosters or anything like that to make any extras. I got 8 hens. I got 8 all at once, but 2 ended up being roosters. So I found a guy that would swap them out, so I didn't have to 86 them. If you know what 86ing is. Oh, here's like proof somebody ate it, and she got green hair and hand tattoos. Yeah, I guess. No crusts. There you go. What's normal on regular cucumber sandwiches? What do you normally put on a cucumber sandwich? Is it like ranch dressing or something? A good way to save money on breakfast is probably, dude. Yeah, listen. After the first like few months, like they're living in a box in the garage with a heat lamp, and you feed them about. It cost me about $40 to get them 5 months old, and then I built a nice plan because I had plenty of lumber and stuff. So I built them a nice coop and everything. But you can get a tent, whatever you want to keep the birds away from them at night. Yeah, dude, they walk around, they eat bugs and berries and plants and whatever, and just lay eggs every day. It's open topic. So it's just it's like, so I like to consider this like the bar room of the internet, so you can come in, you can talk to the bartender, you can talk to the patrons, and you can say, hey, did I tell you I took this poop the other day? Or you can be like, hey, I've got this physics issue. I can't seem to break the laws of thermodynamics or whatever. Or I want love. Or how do you sing? Oh, dude. I puked off of that the first time I drank it. And I could never, not scotches, other whiskeys. Oh, there you go. There's Sack. Yeah. He likes to talk about physics. You ain't the only one that's been, you ain't been here in a while, Sack, but we've got a lot of physicists come through. You missed a bunch earlier in this stream. Look at this, though. I still have the videos from earlier in the stream. Hold on. Look at this kid. Look at this this kid's doing. He's probably 16 years old, right? Oh, where is it? Oh, here it is. No, this ain't it. Hold on. Here it is right here. Look at this kid. This kid's like 16. And he's building frickin', he built a model version of a jet car, and then he built the jet car. Gives you hope for the future. Fire. That's so freaking awesome. And then he builds rockets. Built another car, jet engine, 3D printed.
Engine? Well, in the case of my small 3D printed engine, hydrogen fuel is exceptionally well suited for remaining stable at these small scales.
Predator bad luck.
He's got a jet engine he made out of turbine, out of turbos from a car or truck.
This new version, I recently designed a A while ago, I had an idea for a new type of electric fan propulsion. This concept used the fan blades themselves as part of the motor, eliminating the need for any extra parts or coupling.
Yeah. So yes. The first pulse jet engine we made in school used a jar. You can put an alcohol in the jar and you swish it around and you dump it out. So there's just a very little bit of very volatile, and you poke a hole in the lid and you can light it. And if you put a flap over that, it'll pulse. It'll go. But yeah, you can make it. Yeah, it's awesome. And this guy, it's got Aiden Wardell Aerospace.
It was then printed out with the stator being printed out of iron.
You called him. He made a jet bike. He's really into it. And like I say, start a YouTube channel and just show everything. Your fails. You're like. 3D printed. Reminds me of that old YouTube guy who puts pulse rock engine. Yes. Like big old pulse jet. Yeah, like it was like 6 feet long, and he would strap it on all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it looks cool. It's cool. Yeah. A jar is Cockney rhyming for slang for a car. Jam jar. Yeah. And those are just a few. And we just looked through it earlier today, right? Remind me of Stanley Myers' water-powered car. Doesn't violate physics. Yeah. Stanley Myers until they suicided him. I mean, they said he died of a heart attack in a plate of spaghetti. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, brother. I don't know where you're located, but they're not that expensive. And I actually have one that I'm done with, and I'm probably going to do a giveaway or something probably next month. Yeah, I'm not. I've done what I wanted to design something. I designed it. I got it all done. I got the prototyping done. So it's just sitting in there collecting dust. Do you recall your favorite insult? Your parents are really nice guys. I get insulted all the time. Yeah, they are cheap. What up, Vishal? I was starstruck by rockets in my teens until I blew up a sugar rocket 5 feet from my face, and I couldn't hear Jack for 3 days. Well, if you were me, if you could not buy stuff, you had to remake oscilloscope. Because that's me. Yep. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, you're a young me. I did the same thing when televisions went from being CRTs to LEDs, LCDs. When people had televisions all over, throw out for trash. That's exactly what I did. I made my first low frequency oscilloscope with a just the parts that were in two TVs worth of parts. And then I didn't have anything very well documented. I drew my own, what's the, not graph, I can't remember the name of the what you call the screen of the scope, graph, the screen of an oscilloscope. Graticule. Echo and a Bunny Man. I used to listen to a lot of Echo. Richard, do you think motionless generators can be made? Yes. I think solid state generators can be made. Yes. The buses here run on hydrogen. Yeah, there's a bunch of that stuff going on here, but they're spending more money than doing anything. Yeah, solid state generators, absolutely. Yeah, you can make them. You can make solid state generators. I mean, and there was a solid state generator you could make at home, but you would get like pico amps out of it. But it was layered. So the more layers that you made and stacked it up instead, like a voltaic pile. If you know what a voltaic pile is, you can do it at home right now with washers and pennies and paper towel. And you can make an actual voltaic pile that'll give you a few volts. But you can look at 3D printed solid state generators or printed solid state generator or plate generator, solid state generators. And that's something, dude. You know, it's not very complex chemistry. It's something you can do. You know, and then see if you can change geometries of the plates and drill a bunch of holes in it, maybe cut that, whatever. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff you can do. Absolutely. The water, we have water vapor. That's right. So they use water and they separate water to turn it into hydrogen and oxygen. And then the bus, they just put the hydrogen in the bus. And then the bus gets air from the outside world, mixes it with hydrogen gas that's in a tank, and then, it just turns it back into water. All right, brother Cat. Good night from Florida. Good night from Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, the emissions. You know how often you find this flat screen TVs you see on the street? So I'm 49. So when those flat screen TVs came out, it was the CRTs that were outside everywhere. I would to carry like 100-pound. I'd put them on my skateboard. And, yeah, dude, absolutely. I called it my morgue. There are oscilloscopes for $50. Yeah. But they're usually missing function generators. Yes, sir. You can get them very inexpensive now. You can get very small ones, and with a freaking $14 Arduino or ESP32, you can just grab a script off the internet to do like sawtooth wave, square wave, triangle wave up to it. Do you have soft hands? No, dude. I got freaking calluses. Richard, I think Iron Man's small arc reactor was 1-2, by the way. Can solid state magnetic generator be made? A solid state magnetic generator. So the problem with magnetics is you have to break the flux lines. That involves some sort of motion. So you have a magnet that's got its flux lines, and you turn that into a voltage by taking a conductor and passing it through those flux lines. If it was solid state and it just stayed together, you would never be, I mean, unless you could find a way to make it vibrate back and forth, then maybe that's another idea. To like, if you had like a rake, like a lawn rake that was vibrating back and forth, and then you had the magnet so that the rake teeth, but that would probably just make the electrons go back and forth, and you wouldn't get a voltage off of it. To get usable energy, I can't imagine how at this point. But right, so right, and that's why. So that's why like batteries exist. They make a chemical reaction that puts off of a voltage. So that's how they work like that. But for magnets, you have to break the flux lines, or not break them, pass through the flux lines with the metal. And the reason, like if you did it forward and backward, you would get a positive voltage then a negative voltage. So it would just be going back and forth like AC. Might cancel itself out, but it's something to play with, especially if you have an oscilloscope of some sort. You could definitely play. You could make it. Now, how much power it would make you? Flux capacitor. You don't necessarily need to physically cut the flux lines. Right. You don't have to cut the. Agreed. That was a bad term. You have to pass through the flux lines, right? Yeah, not cut them. Yes, agreed. Very Moto mechanic. Very first up, they headed out. Good. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Moto. If we removed a redirected lens, back EMF, does that equal? That's a good question. So the thing with back EMF is that's when you take a inductor, and the magnetic field or the electric field or the inductor is collapsing, and then that backward force. That's why you usually use a diode across a inductor, so that back EMF doesn't fry your backward the circuitry behind you in the circuit. But a lot of perpetual motion guys say that's the trick, like figuring out what to do with the back EMF, because it's free. It's just the electric field collapsing. Theoretically, I guess it would be possible. Do you recall your last encounter over the groundhog? It's been 40 years easily. 40 years? Yeah, probably. No. At the zoo, at the Maryland Zoo when I was in my 30s. Yeah, I do recall, actually. What up, Mufodine? I have made a guitar amp. I made a tube amp, a tube guitar amp. I've made many. I've made microphones. I've made preamplifiers. I've made two solid state and tube preamplifiers. Yeah, I love that stuff. Listen, when I was a musician, my favorite thing to do, because I wasn't a guitar, I was a singer. My favorite thing to do was to make effects, like effects pedals. But I would do them on a piece of cardboard because I didn't have the money or anything to buy decent breadboards and stuff, and I'd break them all the time or melt them. But I made guitar amps. I made tube amps. I've taken tubes from other devices and made individual. I've made my own mic preamp, tube preamp. So it would put the 48 volt phantom power to power the mic capsule, and then it would bring the mic line level up to mic level, or mic level up to line level on the tube preamp. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I blew up a lot of stuff. That's what I mean, but it was all like the thing about being a musician and being like the place that my rehearsal was at, we had like 40 other, it was a huge warehouse, and it was just separated into little like 10 foot by 10 foot rooms for rehearsal spaces. And it was full, like the Coca-Cola machine had just beers in it and little like like single vodka bottles. You could put like $5 in the machine and get a beer. the fifth state of matter. Brother, listen, it seems to be expanding ever so much, doesn't it? But I've never experienced it. I've made a launch pad. Yeah, absolutely. You talking about for rockets? Yeah, absolutely. That was one of my favorite things. Richard, I want your advice. As a son of an engineer, I value your answers. So Lenz's law says when there's a magnet passing through, there needs to be back reverse magnetic field emitted by the magnetic drag. Right. So when you have an inductor, a coil of wire, and you move the magnet past the wire, or you connect a battery or whatever in that charges that. It charges that it makes a magnetic field, electromagnetic field. When you take the battery off, you can see that sometimes it'll spark. That's the back EMF. That's the field collapsing and turning the magnetic field into electricity. An electric field, back EMF. So when you charge the inductor, you create a electromagnetic field, and then now you're no longer putting power to it, and you're getting energy back as the magnetic field collapses. I don't know how you could use that. I thought about that for lots of hours. I don't know how you could use it because you would need to switch very quickly. And the only thing that could really switch that quickly would be a transistor. And the back EMF usually blows them up. So that's why you use a diode to protect that switch. But that means that back EMF gets turned into heat and sound. That's why, like, you'll hear your transformers humming because it's you have the 60 hertz as the field rises and collapses at the 60 hertz, which is 120. Yeah, and that's why you can hear that hum in your solid state electronics. What up, Uraj? Not a launch pad, music launch pad. Not a rocket launch pad, a music launch pad. You can use a rectifier bridge to grab both directions to generate EMF from the collapsing field. I don't say about it. The problem is using it. Like if you use a rectifier, you're losing a lot of that in your voltage drop on the rectifier, and the power's going the other direction. Now you could absolutely, but what you would need to do is you need to charge the inductor, and then you would need a switch to then let that collapse into a different circuit. So you would need some sort of either physical switch or then you could rectify it into usable or direct current. But how much energy are you putting in to create, and then how much are you getting back? So it's still not giving you the power you need unless that you can figure out a way to have that back EMF, because usually you use a diode. You just release it into the atmosphere's heat. I don't know, I have to think about it a little more too. We'd have to think about it. Do you recall your first smartphone? My first smartphone was given to me. It was a LG. I can't remember the brand, the model number. Microwave ovens are a Faraday cage. Yes. No problem, brother. Uraj, you got a lot of freaking you got a lot of apologizing to do, dude. You were completely off the rails, man. I hope you've grown up since then. What up, Daniel? I mean, I'm not banning you, but I got my finger on the button. What up, Daniel? I tried to help you out, and you tried to ruin my life by lying about me. So I don't know if you want me to embrace you with open arms. And then when you came back like 4 times later under different names, saying that you were going to do the same thing. My dad went from an old Nokia to a Samsung S25 Ultra. Talk about upgrading every 3 decades. So My dad was forcing me to meet my dad on my birthday now, bro. Well, that's probably good, brother. I mean, that's probably good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about your deal, like what your deal is with your dad. I mean, if he's not in your life and then he's going to be in your life, that's probably a good thing. I mean, unless he's done something bad to you. But if your mom just said he did something bad to you, you don't know if that's absolutely for sure. My dad's been bad things in the past. He's becoming good now too. Well, brother, I mean, if you can find it in your heart to forgive him for whatever he's done, you got to try to build something with your dad. But we're not going to talk about that. You've got my email. Do you recall the functionality of a wind tunnel? The functionality of a wind tunnel, you have to straighten the wind. You try to get take the turbulence from the wind propulsion system, pass it through a bunch of tubes or a honeycomb to straighten out the vectors. It's a tunnel with wind in it, space cowboy, like your butt. Yeah, I've been into some kick ass with my father. I was able to see some desktop model size wind turbines and some freaking very, very large ones for rockets. Yeah, it's absolutely full. Oops, I broke something. There you go. There you go. It's dark. Why is that happening? Oh, I unlocked the wrong thing. I had to add more. Oops. There we go. My apologies. What up, Joe? Looks like a prison escape plan. Richard advised me if there's a device that can take 1 watt, no load, and under load drops to 0.97 watts, is it considered free energy? It's only considered free energy if the energy is usable. A lot of things change. Light bulbs, regular old light bulbs with filaments in there, the reason that they work is because the resistance of the filament cold is so much greater than the resistance hot. So, no, sorry, other way around. The resistance cold is so much lower than the resistance hot. So when you turn it on, other way around. The resistive filament light bulbs. Okay, resistance. Okay. It's a non-ohmic conductor whose resistance increases with temperature. So when you turn it on, electricity can flow through it very relatively easily. It's got low resistance, and then as it heats up, it's if you would measure it with an ohm meter, it gets much higher. So as it cools, it gets lesser and lesser. And there's things called negative temperature coefficient and positive temperature coefficient resistors that are used to allow a lot of power to get somewhere, and then when it heats up, it lowers the amount of power going to it, and things that they're used as with thermistors to say if something starts to overheat, the resistance gets higher for that to stop allowing so much power to go to something. What's your thoughts on Trump and now you used to like him? I like him. I like him more. What up, Jack? It's all magnets. I believe it. Yes, increases with heat. Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking that opposite. It would short out when it got hot, if it was the other way around. Yeah. But yeah, there's NTC and PTC thermistors. NTC thermistors. Negative temperature coefficient thermistors show a large, precise decrease in electrical resistance as their temperature increases. Widely used for accurate temperature sensing and compensation and inrush current limiting. Right, yeah, so that's a regular thing, brother. Do you like Samsung, iPhone, or Android? I only use Samsungs or Android. I mean, my last phone before the Samsung 25 was this guy right here. This was the 10E, the 10 economy, and I ran my whole channel, every single piece of content I made until like the end of the year last year was on this phone, and it's missing lenses on the back and everything. And I had to tape it together, and then finally, my carrier said I got $500 off or whatever it was, so I got the 25 for $80, and that's the only reason I updated. Any circuit is a smoke machine with enough amps to it. That's definitely true. Yeah, so come to find out, like 2 days ago, Uraj, he was the one that called the police on Epstein. He's the one that he called the cops on Epstein in like 2006. So they were just trying to get him to not be in politics anymore, and then come to find out just the other day, he's the one that called the cops on him. Oops, I said it wrong. Not without load, it's 1 watt, but underloaded drops. So 1 watt, 0.97 watt, and the other high loaded LED. But explain on that. Yeah, that's a standard thing. There's these things. NTCs and PTCs change with temperature. And here's a positive temp. That's exactly what you're talking about. One is if it changes it with temperature up or down. So if it heats up, it can get more resistive, or the other ones, if it gets hot, it gets less resistive. It's a standard thing. It's called a PTC or a NTC thermistor. Thermistor is a transistor, but it changes the resistance between the base and the emitter, or the base and the collector. The collector and the emitter changes the resistance between the two with temperature rather than electric current going to a base. You have a Samsung too, because you're a smart guy. Tell us more about the lizards and the snakes. Sorry, I thought we were talking about cool pets, not light bulbs. Apologies, guys. We can talk about either, but that's why they say the files are hopes to try to hide the files. Right, so the other way could have been propaganda, Uraj. The other way. Why didn't the Biden administration release it then, right? You have to go by the person's actions. There is no evidence saying that he did anything bad, and there is a lot of evidence saying other people did. So you either take that evidence as and go with that, or believe other things that we don't have evidence for. A lot of people are wasting a lot of time and growth in life arguing over Republican, Democrat, yada yada yada. How can your life for you and your family get better no matter who's in office? And that's the way you should be thinking. The Twisted Transistor. I have used the Floby Profac. There's a lot of stadiums that look like lizards from eyes forced from above. Yes, they do. I took a walk around the world to see my girls. I took a walk around the world to ease my troubles. This is not political. FBI needs to do their job. I agree, brother. Listen. Arrest who's guilty. Put them to the sword. That's all I want. But the thing is, like, all these people are ruining their lives over either lies or propaganda or whatever. It's just like, what do you want me to say? I hate the guy? He's done very, very good for me and my family's 401ks, our property value, everything. Eggs got cheaper. Gas is $2 a gallon. Everything's gotten better. and there's no evidence that he's a bad person. There's just a lot of people on the internet saying that he's a bad person. So I was like, but he wasn't a bad person when he was a Democrat. So I'm like, what do you want me to do? And so I'm just like, yeah. But yeah, I agree. The FBI needs to do their job, right? If you got, like, I want to see people swing, you know, but I want to see people who are guilty swing. And then you have people that are like, no, he's a bad guy, but he was a great guy for 70 years. And then now he's a bad guy because he's got an R next to his name. No, I'm not being pulled off that. The economy's going well. Everybody I know, Republican and Democrat, they're doing their finances and everything's going better. Their mental health is wackadoodle because of the propaganda on both sides. So I say don't vote Republican or Democrat. Vote for the person. If the person's a Republican and a good person, vote for them. If they're a Democrat and a good person, vote for them. Plain and simple. I haven't seen the evidence yet. This is only 2% of the file has been released. And that's the thing too. But it all comes down to what we have now, and what we have now is. They had this stuff since 2016, and this is the only time any of it's gotten released at any kind of bulk. And if they wanted to get rid of the guy, I think it's all just a game, bro. I personally can't support Trump because ICE is doing bad racist thing. Okay, brother. Like my grandpa said, if your man don't matter, who's in power? You still got to make your bread. Exactly right. Uraj, I don't think you know what you're talking about. I think you're listening to the news and not looking anything up. Where are they doing bad racist things? Minnesota? Texas? What are they doing? Like, what? I don't know what the propaganda in India is telling you about it, but 95% of Republicans and 87% of Democrats are okay with ICE. It's only that like a very few loud people. Crazy, nobody's asking all these people name suspicious emails what they're asked to talking about and what felon about. Brother, I wish they just do their job. And this is the thing. I think what sucks is we got a community here. We can talk about anything. We can learn about anything. And you have some people that want to be like, dude, you're a Republican, dude, you're a Democrat. No, I don't give a shit about none of it. Y'all can go piss off a freaking building. I don't care. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to live my life. Because all this is going to go away, and then we're going to have relationships to patch up. You have people that won't speak to their grandparents in the hospital because, I think you might have voted for Trump. Okay, well, you do that. I want my family to succeed through this administration and through more. You guys can piss off, do whatever you want about it. I said it wrong. Now, without load, it's 1 watt. Under load, it drops from 1 watt to 0.97 watts in the same time load, or LEDs glow very bright. Okay, so here's the problem. Unless you're telling me what what is happening at the load, just because they glow bright, overdriven LEDs can glow dimmer or change color. So they might be getting brighter because they're getting less power. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. Fuentes 2032. This mom has got it going on. That was the last one I got from you, brother. That was the last one. That was the last one I got. Diana is dirty. 2S Gen. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. I'm reading every single one. I just see a 2, an S, and a Gen. That's all. That's all. Exactly as you said, 2S Gen. South Day. Oh, 2 Gen. 2S Gen. Amazing solid state generator. Right, this is exactly what I was talking about. But what they're doing is they have. But this is the thing. You need something to create. So they're using magnets, but you don't get more usable power out of it than the batteries are putting into it. This is a physics demonstration. This is a physics demonstration. Yes, so I'm very familiar with it. So the batteries on the bottom aren't putting out more power than the generator up top. They're converting energy from one source to another. Unless I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me see. Let me look into this. Hold on. Okay, so solid state generator. Okay, input toroid. Okay, so there's an input toroid at the top, flat air coil, and then magnets. Solid state. You will observe very interesting results. Property of a thermocoil. The thermocoil was used in magnets. Okay. All right, so let's see. Okay, so what's going on here? How much power are they putting in? So they're putting power into the top coil, and then they're transmitting it through electromagnetic waves to the bottom coil. So, but they're putting power into the top. They're not creating. It's basically at least what's what it looks like here. See. So he's putting 200 hertz into the top coil. The bottom coil is then connected to his LEDs. So he's making a transformer, an air core transformer. ICE pulled me over and I didn't get deported too much. Yeah, it's all propaganda. Listen. There was like 700,000 people that were deported, and the only place there was problems is what the news showed. 50 times more people were deported from Texas than from Minnesota, and 0 people died in Texas. 0. That's harsh. That is a magnet. Those schematics. Right, yeah, I see what it is now. Yeah, so he's putting 200 hertz into the top. No, they're not, dude. That's freaking propaganda, man. Listen, who's telling you that? The picture shows on load or without load. Right, that doesn't matter. He's putting power. He's making an air core transformer. The neodymium magnet is basically like using, so you have an air core transformer. If he could use iron and something else ferrite like neodymium. So when he puts the neodymium magnet on it, that's the core to the air core transformer. He's putting, okay, don't use too strong a magnet. The ferromagnetic domains must flip with minimum energy inside of the core. The frequency is important. 200 hertz is important. Too high of frequency, you have hysteresis losses in the core. And also that coil on top has a ferrite core, and he's just making a transformer. Yeah, here it is right here. He's using a 555 timer to make a frequency of some sort, and then that's going. See the 2 wires going into the top coil. He's using power there, so he's not creating power. He's just transferring it. What about him, dude? Did you see those guys? She ran over somebody, and he kicked the taillight out, and then got arrested. Then the next day showed up with a gun with 2 magazines. I love magnets too. Your shirt can use an iron. No, it's not a Tesla coil. It's an open air transformer, and he's using a magnet as the iron core in the second air coil. He's got a bobbin with a coil on it, and he's got a function generator there. But yeah, he's putting 200. He's putting I don't know how many volts. What he's saying, how much he's putting in. I don't see how many volts he's putting in. A new experiment. While the magnet is moved, look at the input of the coil. Yeah, it's just a transformer. And then this is a physics demonstration. He's showing you how a transformer works and how a magnetic field can affect the transformer. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know why he's calling it why he's calling it a. Yeah, he even tells you here about what it's all made of: the ferrite and the nanoperm. 10 kilohertz, milliamps. So he's putting in 30 milliamps at 75 kilohertz. Out point from his controller, yeah, which is a function generator. And then there's his PPT, his maximum power point. So with the neoprene core, the magnet is placed on top. With a drop of DC current, the input is greater with the ferrite cores. No, this is what you should be doing, dude, because he's probably got 1 million views on this. Absolutely. If that was the case, I should have been dead, right? No, that's not Tesla. Magnets, power extraction. So the thing, what you should, if you're really interested in learning the physics behind this, look up how different cores affect transformers, or how different cores affect inductors, and you'll learn how this does. And it's because he's using an AC frequency, even though it might be, or he's pulse DC, either or. That's causing a back. And then the magnets are acting. Yes, they are magnets, but they're acting as a core on the second coil. I love electromagnets. I had a Tesla coil. R/flashlights. I had a Tesla coil demonstration in Belgrade. Hardcore uproar. Uraj, brother, look, dude, I don't know what you and your dad went through and what you considers bad and what. I have no idea. If you think your life would be better if you forgive him, forgive him. Why would you do anything that would make your life worse? If you think being apart from your dad will make your life better, then stay apart from your dad. But maybe he'll teach you how to digest propaganda. I would forgive him. Sack, listen, do what this guy's doing. You'll learn it. You'll learn how it works. But when people experiment on their own, they discover things that already exist. But it doesn't matter. You keep moving forward. Just keep experimenting and you'll find something. But this is from 2010. This is 16 years old. Forgive everyone. That's what I say. He didn't used to pay us and he was reading with slow. Brother, forgive your dad. Listen, your dad and your mom have a relationship that that if it got bad and if he wasn't paying, then talk to him. Say, Dad, why didn't this happen? Why didn't you pay? Why did you slap mom? And he'll probably say, me and your mom were getting into an argument because X, Y, and Z. Did you ever hear your dad's side of the story? Meet your dad and find out what's true. Because it may not, if you only heard what your mom told you, you only got one side of the story. If you only heard what your dad, you need both sides of the story. If I were you, I would meet him and I would say, hey, this is what mom said that you did and didn't do. Can you give me a good explanation why I should forgive you? And then listen to your dad. Brad, do you recall last time you prayed right? So do I, every morning and every night. Yeah, Sack, brother, don't be discouraged. This is why I call myself I fail first. You have to fail a few thousand times. There you go. Find the truth and make a decision. Right. But you need to communicate. You need to communicate. You need to say, Dad, what happened? And then he might say things that makes you mad at your mom. Then say, okay, now I got both sides of the story. These are two adults that had an adult relationship that I wasn't ready for hearing about when I was young. And because of the breakdown of the relationship, I thought bad about you. Find out what happened. And then go and right, there you go. Find the truth and make the decision. You've only got one side of the story now. If I were you, I'd have found him the second I could get on the internet, I'd have found it. It might have been like, yeah. Honestly, I'm coming to the U.S. when I become 18, so my dad doesn't benefit me, but it does benefit my mom once she gets old. You have no idea if it benefits you, brother. We are not the best people to advise you. Yeah, no, we're not. Richard, I did test with and without magnet, and output was off. With the magnet, output become greater, and at the same time, the input current dropped. How is that proof? So when you're using a transformer, the voltage probably peaked and the current dropped. The wattage is about the same except for thermal losses and sound losses, Zach. I would have to see everything. I would have to see your scope layout, to see what the voltage was, what the current was, and then when you did your switching, what your switching losses were. Robots in disguise. His dad dropped the ball, though. For that reason, probably most likely does not deserve this guy funding him. His dad dropped the ball, though, and for that reason, probably most likely does not deserve this guy forgiving him, you mean? Hey, life's longer than that, Georgie. Life, he's like 14. He ain't 40, you know? Man in the middle. Man, I'm a moron. This is all over my head. I can forgive my dad, but I don't want to spend time with him on my birthday. I said before I can. My mom denied, even kisses me on the cheek a lot. It creeps me out. He loves you. No, the voltage was the same with or without the magnet. It didn't change. Okay, so moving the magnet will induce a current. This is what I'm talking about. If you want to make a current, you can take a copper, and we talked about this last time you were here. You can take a copper wire, a copper coil, and you can move a magnet through it, and you'll get a current, right? So if you had something and then you put the magnet in there and the current jumped, that's because you used them. You converted the magnetic energy to electromotive. But like I said, I'd have to see everything to keep exploring. Forgiveness is not usually for them; it's for yourself, so you can move on. Exactly. If you have a rough time, dude, listen. You need somebody to talk to. Absolutely, a father figure. And if it can be your father, and you can talk through it and figure it out. That's what I would do. Listen, the world is tough and disgusting. You need an army. Get as many people as you can. If you can get your family back together, as close to together as you can get, do it. With your education, anything. You said he didn't pay. Did he start paying? Has he just missed payments? I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Learning how a relay works is useful too. Yes, relays, absolutely. That's using electromagnets, cord electromagnets, to switch a load. Have you ever put a 9-volt battery for your tongue? Yes. Yeah, shake hands with Beef. Yes, if he's helping you now, then he probably wants a relationship. Maybe he was drunk for a couple of years, and people change. If he wants to help benefit your life, take the benefit. Don't be a tough guy and be like, I don't need it. Then you can be freaking a broken man for the rest of your life, and you can break more people and you can wreak more havoc in life. Or you can patch this part off and take off. Everything might get great after this. You might come on here and be like, it was the best thing I ever did, dude. I'm so sorry I was ever a jerk. I just really missed my dad. Who knows? Or it might be, no, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done it. Find out. Do it. It ain't going to make your life worse. Richard, check the pictures in detail. Same thing happened to mine. Voltage is the same. Current is decreased when the magnet is near. Bro, I dropped out. I heard you can't work. I dropped out. I heard you can't work either without diploma. I'm doing multimedia like I told you. All right, brother. All right, same time lights up when current is decreased. Okay, so here's a lot more SAC. Is it an LED? Is it an LED, or is it an actual filament-based light bulb? If it's an LED, it can decrease because it's a diode. Electricity only goes one way through it, except for... This is a real education. Fail first, right? Fail. His dad probably has secrets in his closet. His son doesn't. You know what? Right. His dad should tell him what he needs to know, age appropriate. Age appropriate. But if his dad's been taking care of the family and paying his child support and whatever, we don't know. We don't know. Listen, you don't know. The mom might have did something bad. The dad might have did something bad. They might have both been toxic at one point in life. We don't know. We don't know. But if the mom wants him to hang out with his dad on his birthday, then his mom probably wants to patch the relationship back up, and that can be a good thing. I have become cumbersome. I have become cumbersome. My dad told my mom he wants to do it the day he wants to do it the day my mom's dad. My dad told my mom he wants to do it the day my mom's dad died. Transformer, one diode to make AC/DC, the capacitor and resistor. We only know a fraction of this. Right. Yeah. Sack, if you can draw me a schematic with the capacitor voltage and capacitance, all of this matters. The number of windings on the transformer, on the secondary and on the primary, if it's a cord transformer, all of this matters. All of this matters. And like how many ohms is the secondary, how many ohms is the primary, which is pretty much what we can get through the windings if we know the gauge of the wire. Do you need a diploma for a work visa? Yes. Yeah. Well, no, you need a job for a work visa. If you can get a job without a diploma, then you don't need one. I just joined. I was scared after looking at the chat. Yeah, dude. What is the MF? All right, Space Cow's got something for us. Let's see. Yeah, the temperature changes. And when you're dealing with magnetics, you really need, if you've got an oscilloscope, you need to make a magnetic field sensor, which is just a small coil on the end of a stick, and then you can see the magnetic field collapsing. And okay, hold on, let's see. Bam. Oh no.
One original barbecue smokehouse meal, please.
Lovely. Is that chicken or beef?
Beef, please.
It's got to be beef. What drink on that bad boy?
Coke, please.
We always have a little classical Coke. Anything else?
Your one. Can I have 2 6 chicken nugget meals, please?
Lovely. 2 6 nugget meals.
Jeez, this sounds like lamb working at a McDonald's.
Can we have
Arena Animation India and check what they teach me.
7 Up, please.
7 Up. Is that for both?
Yes, please.
Lovely.
Uraj, you need a job. What you would do is you would get a skill. You would start contacting businesses. You would go through. You would start looking through businesses in America. Look at like LinkedIn or Monster or Get a Job or whatever those other websites are, and you would find a job that was hiring for the skills you have. If you can get a job, then they'll get you the visa. Yeah, you don't need a diploma. You need a diploma for a lot of stuff, and I mean, but if you've got skills and you've got a portfolio, then no, you don't need a diploma.
Wait, so we've got a full
matters, but I don't have tools and measuring.
Can we have sweet chili?
Getting saucy with sweet chili.
A J-O-B, that's right.
Sandwich meal with no lettuce. And a McChicken sandwich meal with no lettuce, please.
Oh, now we're talking. Sandwich meal. No lettuce, no worries. And we'll drink on that bad boy.
Chocolate milkshake, please.
Shocky shake. Don't mind if I diddly do. Anything else?
Why do people go
that's
illegally?
Great, thank you very much.
Gorgeous. I'll reel you on into the next window, my friend.
So why do people go illegally? Okay, so this gets very complicated. People come illegally for a lot of reasons. A lot of the people came in, like 600 people just got deported from Georgia here out of the a car factory that the South Korean car company sent them to Mexico to cross the border so they could pay them less wages. So companies are doing this to people too. It ain't just people looking for a better life. A bunch of slavery has been happening, and this is stuff that the media doesn't talk about. So, and 300,000 children were sold into sex slavery and stuff. Listen, a lot. And some people came for a better life, but a lot of people didn't. And the problem is, at least what they're talking about now, is they want to get rid of the worst of the worst. So, whatever needs to be done, I'll have two of them now. Sounds like, that's what I was saying. Sounds like you try to do. Don't admit to knowing too much. Your employer will try to get you to do it all later then. Just specialize. This is what you need to do. This is how life works. You need a skill. You need something to offer the world, an employer or your own company to your own customers. Once you get that skill or start gaining that skill, sharpening that skill, you start making a portfolio to show that skill. And then if you find jobs that say, I need somebody that can do this, can be like, here, this is me. I've done all of this stuff. Look here, look here, look here, look here, look here. And then they'll say, hey, we can pay you this amount. And you'll be like, that's too much, or that's too little, or that's perfect. And then you go with communications like that. But that's what needs to be done. Is a graphic designer good for it? Yeah, it can work. There are values in the site. All the detail more than I said, different than mine, but can use those values. I'm not claiming it's free energy, but I have many questions. Brother, I'm gonna wrap up here in a couple minutes. I'm not gonna spend another 20 minutes going over site. If you want to come back tomorrow, Zach, we can spend more time on it. I spent 4 hours over in my neighbor's house shoveling mulch. My arms are ready to fall down, and I haven't eaten anything yet. I see it, lamb. Let's see here. Lamb. Hey, there we got a professional here. Why not? Why not? Why not? Do you eat mulch by chance? No, I didn't have to eat any mulch, luckily. I swear, if I don't accomplish my goal, I'm going to do something serious. If you don't accomplish your goal, you better set another goal. This is what I try to preach. You've got to learn to love failing. That's what life is. The dotted line to success is failures. That's why it's not a straight line. You've got to love it, or you won't succeed. What you're going to do, you're going to leave the planet. Then you truly failed. Speaking of eating, is eating one meal a day at 16.5? That's all I do. I eat one meal a day. That's all I do. I'm 49. Yeah. Yeah, as long as you're getting enough, after the first couple of days of switching from 3 meals a day to 1 meal a day, it's a little uncomfortable for a few days. But no, Do you recall the last time you utilized all of your resources? My whole life is a failure. He's got that part down, right? Listen, you've got to learn to love failing. That's where learning comes from. Adversity is what makes maturity. If you don't face problems and fail at them, you don't learn how to conquer them. And brother, I'd love to help you. And Zach, I tried to give you all the help I could. You wanted to be super secretive about everything. I can't make stuff up in my head. I can't. You try to describe things out and stuff. And I can go off of what I see here. And it's something that we've all done millions of times. People that have, when you get a soldering iron, you grab a bunch of coils, you grab magnets, you make electromagnets, and you start playing around, and you get that smell, that taste of free energy, and I'm going to be super famous, and you chase it. And some people go broke chasing it. No one has succeeded yet in making free energy. Getting more, to get more energy, just because something lit up for a second or more than it went to him. And I don't want to dash your dreams, but you've got to either start building tools, and you can build. If you can buy it, you can build it. You can build. You don't need digital meters. You can figure it. You can figure it out, and I'll help you. I'll help you to build anything you need to build. If you need to build current meters and voltmeters, you can do all that stuff. But you need the data. We need to fail as a man. We need to fail as a man. That's what toughens us up and build character. Exactly, 100%. Life seems insurmountable. The problem is you're just looking at the end and saying, I can't get there. You've got to say, I want to have this done in a month, a year, 5 years, whatever it is. And it's harder than when you're younger than it is when you're older. And then you try to get there. You say, I'm figuring this out. Okay, what do I need? Okay, I need this tool. It costs $18. I'm going to go shovel snow, pick up dog poop. And that's what I do. I do whatever I need to do to get my goals accomplished. Like I said, I just slung mulch for 4 hours. It's like and whatever I need to do to make sure that I want that thing going. I think Zach is overcomplicating magnets. I think the problem is what you have in your mind, and when you don't have the ways to measure it, it seems like magic. And that's and I understand that because I live the same way. But even if you want to say I've done something, you've got to be able to display the data. There's no beauty without decay. All right, everybody. Hugs and kisses. I love you all. Appreciate y'all being here again. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hit up your Discord. I love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. Uraj, brother. I'd listen to your dad's side of the story and go from there, man. All right, everybody. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.